In a quiet valley surrounded by blue hills and singing rivers, there was a small place called Taro Village. The houses were round like mushrooms, the doors were painted bright colors, and every evening the sky looked like it had been brushed with pink and gold. In this village lived a 7-year-old child named Ayu. Ayu was small and gentle. He was not loud like the other children, and he did not run the fastest or climb the highest trees. But Ayu had something special. He noticed things others did not. He noticed when flowers drooped from thirst. He noticed when elders felt lonely. He noticed when even the wind sounded sad. Every night, one lantern glowed at the center of Taro Village. This lantern was very old. The villagers called it the Heart Lantern. It did not use oil or fire. It glowed because of happiness in the village. When people were kind, the lantern shone bright. When people argued or felt afraid, the light became weak. For many years, the Heart Lantern had glowed warmly, until one night it did not. The lantern flickered. Its light turned dull and gray. Shadows grew longer, and the stars above the village looked far away. The elders gathered and whispered in worried voices. "The lantern is losing its light," they said. "If it goes dark, the valley will lose its color." That night, Ayu could not sleep. He heard a soft sound, a tiny ting-ting like a bell. Following the sound, Ayu went outside and saw something surprising. Near the lantern sat a small creature made of light. It looked like a baby fox with round ears and a glowing tail. "Oh," Ayu whispered. "Hello." The creature blinked and smiled. "My name is Pico," it said softly. "I am a light sprout." Ayu was not scared. He felt warm instead. Pico explained, "The Heart Lantern is tired. It needs gentle light, not from fire, not from magic spells, but from true caring. Someone must carry a small piece of its light and remind the valley how to shine." Pico opened its paws. Inside was a tiny floating flame, soft like a firefly. "This is a lantern seed," Pico said. "Will you take it?" Ayu hesitated. "I am just a child," he said. Pico smiled wider. "That is why you are perfect." Ayu held the lantern seed. It did not burn. It felt like holding a warm memory. The next morning, Ayu began his journey. His first stop was the silent bridge, where an old turtle lived under the water. The turtle had stopped singing, and without his song, the river flowed slowly and sadly. Ayu sat by the water. "Why are you quiet?" Ayu asked. The turtle spoke in a slow voice. "No one listens anymore." So Ayu listened. He sat for a long time, hearing stories of old rains and forgotten fish. The lantern seed glowed a little brighter. The river began to sparkle again. Next, Ayu entered the fog garden, where children used to play. Now it was empty. A shy cloud spirit hid among the bushes, afraid of laughter. Ayu did not chase it away. He placed a small flower beside the spirit and said, "You can stay. You don't have to hide." The fog lifted gently. Soft sunlight returned. The lantern seed grew warmer. As Ayu walked further, he met a stone giant blocking the path. The giant was not angry, only tired. Cracks covered his body. Ayu did not shout or push. He found moss and water and gently filled the cracks. "Rest," Ayu said. The giant moved aside, smiling slowly. By evening, the lantern seed shone like a tiny sun. When Ayu returned to Taro Village, the villagers noticed something different. Colors looked brighter. Smiles came easier. Children laughed again without fear. Ayu placed the lantern seed back into the Heart Lantern. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the lantern burst into a soft, golden glow. Light spread across the valley like a warm blanket. Flowers stood tall. The sky sparkled. Even the hills seemed to smile. Pico appeared one last time. "You did not fight. You did not command. You only cared," Pico said. "That is the strongest light of all." Ayu asked, "Will the lantern ever fade again?" Pico replied, "It might, but now the village knows the secret." The light sprout faded into tiny stars. That night, Ayu slept peacefully. From that day on, the Heart Lantern never depended on one hero again. Every kind act fed it. Every gentle word strengthened it. And whenever someone felt small or unimportant, they remembered Ayu. Because in Taro Village, everyone learned one simple truth. You do not need to be big to shine bright. You only need a caring heart. And so, my dear friends, the little lantern kept glowing. Not because of magic, but because people learned to care for one another. Remember this always. You do not need to be big to be brave. You do not need to be strong to be special. When your heart is kind, your light will never fade. If you like this story, don't forget to smile today. Be kind, help others, and keep your heart glowing bright. Have a wonderful day and see you in the next story.